All right, in today's video, we're going to talk about YouTube and Spotify video publishing on Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout did sponsor this video, but they don't get any editorial sign-offs before this goes live. All thoughts my own, but they do trust me to put together some educational, compelling content for you about their video platform. So at the top of this video, you saw that I hadn't launched YouTube yet, and this is just a happy circumstance. At least it's happy for me. I didn't do the YouTube side because one, I'm lazy. I didn't want to have to add another step into the workflow of launching Matt Has a Podcast About Podcasting. I know it sounds silly, but those couple of minutes just add up. And oftentimes it can get really frustrating because I might be doing this podcast series or this YouTube channel at the end of the day. My kids are screaming and I'm just like, I got to get this going. And even Jordan from Buzzsprout said this recently on a recent episode of Buzzcast.
I just like fill in all my stuff, make sure everything's good, and then I hit schedule. And then when it publishes to YouTube, to Spotify, to Apple,
Right.
and then like everywhere else on audio. And it's just like,
So, of course, Buzzsprout has made it super easy for their podcast hosting customers to upload videos to Apple's new HLS-driven video platform, which I've highlighted in a previous video. I'll link that in the description below. And suddenly now we can do this with YouTube and Spotify. And I think one of the great things here is if you don't want the fuss, you have one place to drop it. Let's go ahead and dive into the Buzzsprout platform right now, and we're going to set this up for the first time. I don't even know if it works yet, though fingers crossed. I do trust the team at Buzzsprout, and I think they're going to get it working. So let's go dive in for my very first time. Okay, I'm on my dashboard, and I do know that the new features are in the directories section. You can see right here the call to action. It says video distribution is not enabled for Spotify and YouTube, and I can simply click this video. Remember, I'm doing this for the very first time. This is you and me riding this plane together and seeing how well Buzzsprout does. So let's go ahead and enable video. It's going to ask me to connect to YouTube. Makes total sense to me. I'm already signed in to the podcast setup YouTube channel where I want this podcast to be hosted. So I did just skip that Gmail screen just so you don't see all my emails. And right after I connected to the channel, here we are. Your YouTube account has been connected. Listed in YouTube, view the podcast in YouTube, select the YouTube playlist where Buzzsprout will upload your videos. This is very important because I want to create a new one, and I'm going to call it Matt Has a Podcast About Podcasting because I haven't created the playlist yet. So when episodes are published in Buzzsprout, send it to YouTube with the following status. I'm going to go with public. I'm going to save my YouTube settings there. Okay, I did hop over to my playlist page. I do have to skip around just so I don't have to show off so much of some private stuff across the channel. But I have a couple playlists already, and you can see that it was already denoted a podcast feed, though it is still set to private. And I think that maybe it just sets that to private so that you can have a chance to go and just double check everything, like maybe the playlist description, and maybe you wanted to swap the artwork of the channel. Not the podcast from the audio feed, totally up to you. I'm going to go ahead and hit the details button and now switch this to public and all that fun stuff. And now you can connect an RSS feed to this, but that's not what we want. We don't want the RSS feed coming from Buzzsprout into this playlist because that would be just the audio file, right? Because the RSS feed is pushing just the audio file. What Buzzsprout is going to do is send the video file over to YouTube through an API connection, through the OAuth connection that we made when we first set up the account, and it's different from RSS. Okay, now we're going to hop over to the Spotify side of things. I'm going to click Enable Video. We're going to see how easy this is. When I click Enable Video, what it's telling me to do is I have to enter in my email address to the feed. So I hide my email address in the RSS feed for now, and I'm going to add it to the feed, which presumably when I go to claim the show on Spotify, which I haven't done, it's going to email me at that email address. So I'm going to click Add to Feed. That's going to send or redo the RSS feed here at Buzzsprout, which as soon as this is done, when I go to claim that show on Spotify, it will email me. Okay, now it's telling me I have to find an existing show. So I'm going to open this up in a new tab. I'm going to paste this in. It's doing a search all by itself. And it says your podcast might already be on Spotify, which it is. And it says to hit next. So Let me click next. Is this your podcast? If so, hit next to claim it. And it's going to send that email over to me, and I'm going to punch in the code, which I'm not going to record right here. Okay, got my code, punched it in. We're good to go. So let's say what country I'm in. Primary language is English, and primary category is... Do they have one for podcasting? No. I guess we'll put that under business and technology. I tell you, the standard categories really need to be updated. Like if we really want to do something for all podcasters, let's update these categories. Choose the top 3 subcategories. So I guess I'm going to pick marketing, business, and technology is what I'll go with. So let's hit next and submit that. This should add it. There it is. Boom. It's in and now connected to Spotify. So let's click on Let's Go. Not going to show much here, right? This is a brand new podcast with absolutely nothing happening on it. And I don't think I have any listeners on Spotify, but I do have listeners, according to Buzzsprout, somewhere around the neighborhood of about 100 downloads so far as the podcast goes out. So really cool stuff. Excited to start to dive into a lot of this. Click claim my podcast, and now we will hit enable video. That's it. I mean, I'm done. I've enabled video on Spotify and YouTube, which is great. So now I'm not lazy anymore. And the next episode that I do launch will have videos going to both, which is really, really cool. Hey, it's Matt from the future editing the video. I did recently publish a new episode yesterday, which of course includes video. So I take a look at my Buzzsprout website and I can click on any of these follow links to Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. And we can see that the episode that went out yesterday has published to the YouTube channel, into the playlist that we set up, which you saw in the demo. And on Spotify, all of the videos are available to each episode, which looks great. And Apple has all of the video icons next to the episode. So that was already set up in a previous video that I did for Buzzsprout. But now one file, one location here at Buzzsprout, and then it just goes to all of these video platforms. So there you have it. Really easy to configure this stuff. YouTube, Spotify, Apple. I'm going to be pumping out the videos for this podcast to all platforms that support it, or at least the platforms that Buzzsprout sets it up, so I don't have to do any of that extra step. So thanks, Buzzsprout, for sponsoring today's video. Buzzsprout, video podcasting, Apple HLS, YouTube, Spotify, thepodcastsetup.com. Thanks for watching today's video. Thumbs up. If you have questions, put them in the question box below this video. And subscribe to the newsletter, thepodcastsetup.com. Thanks, Buzzsprout, for sponsoring today's video.